many of you know what rake and trail is on a bike? Okay? When the bike is nose down, does it turn better or worse? Better. Okay? Under braking situations, now we're not talking about, you know, locked up braking.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Yeah, it's hard to see like when you're locked on the front.
Like, you know, any of these braking corners, like going into Rattlesnake's a good example, you know, but almost any, I used to run off the track a time or two, you know, and I started going to Ty's class, and he explained how that if you learn how to brake, corner entry, I'm not talking about braking all the way down to the apex of the turn necessarily, but braking and then releasing the brake as you turn, not letting go of the brake. One of the things that will make you crash is to brake real hard and let go when you turn, okay? You've got to, because the suspension will rebound and you lose all the pressure off the front end of your tire. But if you'll brake and then as you turn, release it slowly as you turn, so that basically you're well into the turn by the time you're fully off the brake. You watch MotoGP footage and stuff, you'll see these guys, they're laid over all the way and they've still got a little brake. And they go from releasing that brake and their hand just automatically just rolls into the throttle. There's no downtime right there. That's basically what you want to get to. Now, having said that, it is critical that you're very smooth on the brakes right there. But what that will allow you to do is, it made me where I quit running off the track, honestly. Because your bike will turn so much better when you've got the front end of the bike in this position and you hold the brake into the turn. I'm not talking about hard braking. I'm talking about just enough to keep the posture of the bike on the front end. And you're releasing the brake as you come into the apex of the turn. And about the time, if you do it right, what you'll notice is about the time you're off the brake, you can get back on the gas, you know. It has to be real smooth, but you will be amazed at the body positioning deal that Chris was showing you. This is very much akin to that. It just magnifies that. Because when you put the bike in the position where it wants to turn, you reduce the rake and trail and suspension turns. It will allow the bike to turn much quicker than it will be if you've got in neutral. That's another reason you don't want to come to the entrance of the turn and let off the brake. Because the bike goes to neutral, now it don't want to turn, and there you go off in the weeds. And you go, man, this thing won't turn. Well, the reason it won't turn is because of the way you're riding a whole lot of times. You know? These bikes were really made to do what we're doing with them today. You know, and in most cases, almost out of the box, they will do this. Some of them need some tweaking, you know. You see Roger, these guys do a great job setting it up initially. But if you get it set up initially right, and then ride it right, you'd be amazed at how much less you run off the track, just personal. Personal insight.